Hey, good afternoon. You know who it is. It's John. I'm playing Immaculate Grid. I'm in mourning right now. Why? Something terrible happened? Yes, terrible things happen all the time, but Craig Counsell is going to be the manager of the Chicago Cubs, which makes a lot of sense because they've got money and he's one of the best managers of the game, and now he's going to get compensated for it. I'm happy for him. He was my seventh grade basketball coach. Fun fact. I'm happy he's gonna. It's like the line from the end of Moneyball. It's like what the money represents. I think Craig Counsell, um, the money represents what Craig Counsell is, which is to say the best manager in baseball. I think. But it's sad to watch him go to the rival Cubs. Makes sense for him though, because his kids are I think still in school. I think they still live in Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin, which is more or less where I grew up. Um, it's right across the border there. So good luck to Craig Counsell, except I want you to lose because you're now the manager of the Cubs. Anyway, let's get into some Immaculate Grid. Let's see if we can even use Craig Counsell in this grid. That'll be my challenge. Can we use Craig Counsell in the grid? Survey says no. No, he was not. He didn't play for any of these teams, and he was not a 300 career hitter. So that's not going to work. Let's see here. No minimum required, so Mike Stanton will work for the Mets. Francisco Rodriguez would have worked also, but he will also work for the Tigers. That's two people. I remember looking at this, and those two and Roberto Hernandez. Oh, and Terry Forster. That's another one, but he's not going to work for any of these teams here, I don't think. So let's get him on there. 0.1, 0.05, good start. Phillies with 300 batting average. I'm not thinking of any relievers off the top of my head. Was Jose Mesa one of the guys? I don't remember. I don't think so. Let's see. Let's go. Oops. I know who Francisco Rodriguez was. Let's go Jimmy Fox. How about Jimmy Fox? He was a Philly ever so briefly. He gets 5%. Dang, that was a bad choice. Bad choice, John. All right. Um, let's see. We can use our favorite Al Simmons here for the Reds and Tigers. He hits both teams. 0.2, creeping up a little bit. The other fun one is old school Mr. Frank Thomas the first. He works for both of these. Um, George Foster would work here. Tony Perez, Joe Morgan both work here. Let's see. Padres and Phillies. I believe Randy Reddy works for both teams. He gets 2%. All right. So even a little bit higher. Padres and Tigers. I know Devi Cruz works. I think I'm just gonna dial him in. He goes 0.2. Um, let's see. Padres and Mets. Kevin Mitchell will work. I use him a lot. Mike Cameron, who's a favorite, will work. Um, Randy Myers will work. Let's see Randy Myers. Randy Myers will also work over here, but I think he'd be a better pick here because he only briefly played for the Padres. Takes 1%. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I guess I will go Mr. Frank Thomas here. The first one. So we've got both Frank Thomas and Al Simmons, both classic picks. Jimmy Fox at 5% for the Phillies surprises me. I really should have maybe Chuck Klein would have been better. Maybe Lefty O'Doul would have been better. Nap Lazoye did play for the Phillies. He would have been better. A lot of better picks there. Um, and for the Reds and Phillies, other than sharing basically the same stadium, because Riverfront Stadium and Veterans Stadium might as well have been identical places. You got Pete Rose, Tony Perez, and Joe Morgan. All three of them were on that 83 Phillies team, including, as I wrote about in my book, Pete Rose had one of the worst seasons of all time with that 83 Phillies team. Playing first base, had a 65 OPS plus or something like that. Morgan actually had a pretty good year. Perez was more of a pinch hitter on that team. I remember this Jim Delahanty work. He was recommended by one of our super fans, but I'm trying to think. I don't think he does, nor do I think Ed works. Ed works for the Twins slash Senators and Phillies. Jim works for a plethora of AL teams and the Reds, but not the Phillies. He actually would have worked for that Detroit category. Ron Gant will work. So do we go with Ron Gant or Tony? Let's go with Ron Gant. Let's see how he does. He also would have worked there. 0.6, sub 10. Flashing a 9 there. Not bad. Pete Rose leading the way there. Pete Rose also leading the way there. Tommy Pham leading the way with Padres and Mets. Yeah, some lower percentages here. I guess yeah, Tigers. I know I've done Devi Cruz, but you have almost a uniform distribution here, like a little bit of a peak at 9, but uniform distribution here with players so far. That's strange to see. All right. Well, episode is once again brought to you by my book, Baseball's Most Fun Frivolities, for which the description is in the episode description below, or the link is in the episode description below. And I'll say have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I'll be back at tomorrow. Peace.